Hello students, welcome back to your online social science class Being Logical with Tanushree ma'am. Today we are going to discuss the topic from your civics portion. Okay, the topic from your third chapter of your NCERT textbook and second chapter of your syllabus. The chapter name is Constitutional Design. Okay, the chapter name is Constitutional Design and the topic that we are going to discuss today is the path to Constitution. Okay. You have already watched two videos from this chapter. The one video regarding why we need the constitution, another regarding the South African constitution, how the South African constitution made and its features. Okay, in this video we are going to discuss the backdrop of our Indian constitution. That means in what circumstances or what after what incidents, okay, our constitution was made. Okay. Before starting our topic, let's give a quick recap. Okay, first, what is constitution? In a simple word, you can say that constitution is a guidebook. Is a guidebook for the ruler how to govern their country. They have certain kind of philosophy. They have certain kind of ideas, views which the rulers need to be followed. Clear? And why we need a constitution, we can easily find out from its definition itself. To have a proper path, to maintain the proper guideline to govern their country. That is why the main reason of having any constitution is that. Most of all the democratic country have their own constitution. Like India also have, India has the world's biggest written constitution. Clear? So what are the incident that led our country to have its own constitution? Clear? Okay, so let's begin. If we compare with the South African constitution, the Indian constitution have maybe less difficulties at the time of its creation. Why is it? In the beginning or the circumstances in which Indian constitution was made, the circumstances already had the idea or the essence of independence, the urge or the need of the independence from the foreign ruler, the need of the equality in the society, etc. So the makers of Indian constitution have maybe less difficulties if we compare with the South African constitution. Now in this video we are going to discuss one by one the incident that helped or that led our constitution to be made. Okay, the first incident behind our Indian constitution is that in 1928 Motilal Nehru the famous Congress leader first felt the need of a constitution that our country should have. Clear? In the 1928, he first picked out, he first point out the need of the constitution that our country, the independent India, the country when we become independent, the guidelines we should have. Clear? Later, in 1931, it is very famous here in the Indian history. Why? In Karachi Congress session, as we all know, this Congress having in every year, yearly they are having session, because that time Congress is the only political party that the India had. In 1931, the session which was held in Karachi, the session name is Karachi Congress session, they first discuss about what should our constitution be like. They discuss about some few points which our constitution need to be included. The main thing or the main points on the base of our constitution. The points are right to equality. Clear? Next, universal adult franchisee and protection of the rights of minority. Okay, these are the points that is discussed in the Karachi Congress session. The point, right to equality. That means every citizen should be counted as equal, same. Universal adult franchisee. All adult person in the country, every adult citizen has the right to vote, and the vote is equal among all. One vote, one person equal to one vote. Next, the protection of rights of minority. Okay, the protection of the right to minority. That means those who are minority, lesser in lesser amount in the population, are having full right. The government itself protects their right, and the main thing, right to freedom. Okay, these are the points are discussed in Karachi session on the base. Later on the basis our constitution was made. That means when our constitution was built, these are the points that the makers of our constitution had focused on. Clear? Okay. Next, at the same time, in the time of the British rule, some of the political institutions are also helped in building of the constitution. Okay, those political institutions, when they are built by the Britishers, they are actually not. It is made by their interest, because they want to rule over us properly. That is why they made those political institutions. But later on, it helped us to build the constitution. What are they? In the year 1937. Okay, let me wipe out this. Okay, the British are giving voting rights. British government gave partial, or it's better to say voting rights. The British government provide voting rights to the Indians, but to not all the Indians. Okay, the voting rights was limited. Okay, they are giving voting right to vote to a certain people. Okay, with this voting rights, first provincial election was happened. Okay, India was able to experience its first provincial election during the British rule, which was actually happened later on to build the legislature. Why is it? The constitutional election happened in 1937. Okay, in 1937 we are having first our provincial election, and because of the election we are able to build our provincial legislature. Is it clear? After that, provincial legislature. Okay, because of this provincial legislature, we are first experience the how our legislature should work, how it is work, what are the people are doing there. This kind of things we are actually getting from this kind of steps are taken by the British. Okay, definitely they are done those thing in helping to help actually themselves, to help the British government to rule properly, but later on it's actually helped us, okay, in the independent India. Okay. With this concept of the provincial legislature, the leaders of that time are actually understand what are the situations should our independent India have to fight all those problems that the country already pursuing. Clear? And not only that, the Indian leaders are also influenced of by some of the constitution, because at the time of independence in 1947, lots of other countries already have constitutions. Okay, so they are also get the ideas from the different constitution. I'll definitely prepare another video to give you the information that what are the ideas that we borrow from different countries' constitution. Okay, in the later I'll prepare a video only and discussing that. Okay, what are the idea that we get? Mainly the idea of from the French Revolution, British Parliament, German Constitution, Irish Constitution, etc. There are some more. Okay. So these from this kind, from the event of French Revolution, from the structure of the British Parliament and the German Constitution and the Irish Constitution and the Russian Constitution also, we are getting the ideas. What are the good things that we need to be included in our Constitution and that help us to flourish our Constitution. Clear? Okay. So we then after that in the 1947, the British government feel the urge that okay, they should leave our country now, and to hand over the charge, they also need that our country should have a constitution. For that, they are prepared a institution. They are preparing a committee. The committee named as Constituent Assembly. Clear? In our next video, we will going to discuss about the structure of the Constituent Assembly, the need of the Constituent Assembly, and the works. That what are the works that Constituent Assembly has done to our country. Clear? Okay. So this is it. This is it for today. Okay. So let's recap of our today's video lesson. Okay, what we have learned today. The first thing, in 1928, Motilal Nehru and 8 other Congress leaders drafted a constitution for India. Okay, they are actually draw the outline of Indian constitution. What was the need of it? In 1931, at the Karachi Congress session, they decide how independent India's constitution should look like. Okay, they are focusing on these points: universal adult franchising, that means voting rights to everyone, right to freedom. We should have all the rights, whatever, we should have the permission of whatever we want to do. Right to equality, everyone should be counted as same. Protecting the rights of minority. Those who are minority in our country, they should be treated equally compared to the majority. Okay, next, the British government provides voting rights. The British government give us voting rights, but definitely to some of the people, few of people. Next, in 1937, the provincial election took place. Okay, the first election in non-independent India. Okay, the provincial legislature was made out because of the provincial election. We are finally came up with a provincial legislature in different states, which actually help us and later to draft our constitution, or how should our Indian constitution or our legislature should look alike. Next, the Indian constitution adopted many institutional details of Government India Act 1935. There in 1935, the Government Act of India, this provincial election was mentioned. Clear? And next, the ideas or the inspiration that we get from the different international stories or international incidents. From the French Revolution, we are getting the ideas of equality, liberty, fraternity, democracy, etc. from the British democracy, we are getting the practice of parliament. The concept of the parliament that we are having now is definitely borrowed from the British British Constitution. Next, the German Constitution, and from the Irish Constitutions also we are getting some of the ideas. Which are the idea? Which definitely we will discuss it later. Okay. So this is it for today. Hopefully, I hope that this information definitely help you to understand the chapter in a better way. For more information and regular updates, do visit your school website regularly. And if you are having any query, any doubts, do comment in the link of this video in the comment section. Do ask me whatever you want to. Okay, so thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.